So, as I mentioned, I've actually had the chance to help a number of different sort of governments on their food security and over a long-term period. I will be frank, I think that we will see a bit more of a look at elements of self-sufficiency coming out of this. Governments will, or certain governments will probably want to see a bit more in their own country, or at least making sure that they have access to that. However, my counter is that we need to be very careful about that. Both, as I sort of said, that COVID is just one type of shock to the system, and it's maybe a shock that sort of highlights some of the risks involved of having a wider supply chain, but there's many other risks out there that could hit us. And some of those risks could hit you very, very severely if you were totally self-sufficient. And that's why most governments and food players look to have a balance on the self-sufficiency point of view. So one, I think I will see it a little bit more, but my counter is that you've got to be very careful how far you go on that. Because actually having a diverse food supply system coming from multiple players, a strong private sector coming from multiple countries, can actually put you in a far stronger food security position rather than having all your food produced in country or stored there. So people need to be a bit careful. The other counter and worry we want to make sure of, we don't want to see protectionism coming through. We saw that back in sort of 2008, high food prices, but we also saw a lot of the danger and impact coming out of that. So again, I would sort of hope that governments are wary of that, and there's wider implications if we go down that route, and we don't want to.